I don't know what you will do, Camel. You should come home this weekend at any cost. I heard the words I'd been dreading for weeks, my mom's voice firm on the other end of the phone. I'd been dodging this, but my time had run out. But Mom, I began, my mind racing for a plausible excuse. I don't want to hear it. She cut me off. That girl is waiting for you, and you're not even making an effort to meet her. You two need to get to know each other before the wedding. I squeezed my eyes shut. Marriage. Double quotes, Mom. I really think it's better if we don't talk about marriage. I mean, I don't know her, and she doesn't know me. We might not even be compatible. I held my breath, waiting for her reaction. Don't you worry, Camel. You know plenty about her, and she knows so much about you. I'm so glad you agree you should meet her and get to know her on your own. I'll be waiting for you then. And just like that, she hung up. I pulled the phone away from my ear, staring at it in utter shock. Did she do it again? Completely missed the meaning behind your words. Rakesh asked, looking at my stunned expression. It wasn't really a question. Yes, I sighed, dropping into a chair. I said it's not a good idea because we don't know each other, and she took it as me wanting to get to know her personally. Pallavi chimed in, maybe you need to be a little more direct than just simple words. Like what? I said, rubbing my forehead in frustration. My studies will be over soon, and then who knows what will happen. Girish laughed. At this rate, when your wedding gets fixed and you say the wedding shouldn't happen, she'll probably think you want to move the date up. I shot him a glare, but he just kept laughing. Pallavi, ever the practical one, ignored Girish and looked at me with a frown. So, what's the plan? Are you going home this weekend to meet her? No, I replied, shaking my head firmly. I have exams in a few days. I can't afford any distractions or stress right now, then. She pressed. I thought for a moment. A small, desperate idea began to form, then. Then I'll have a last-minute extra class. That's it. A smile spread across Pallavi's face, but the other three guys looked at me with varying degrees of shock. David was the first to speak, shaking his head. That's not right, Camel. She'll be waiting for you. Like I said, I replied, my voice a little sharper than I intended. I need to focus on more important things. I stood up from the canteen table and walked away. I knew if I stayed there a second longer, they might convince me to change my mind, and I couldn't let that happen. The next day, after a long day of classes, I made the call. I'm sorry, Mom, I have extra classes this weekend. I can't come home. There was a pause, and then her voice came back, laced with sadness. Oh. Can you at least try? It's been so long since I saw you, Mom. I just saw you a few weeks ago, I pointed out, trying to keep my voice steady. She sighed. Yes, I just. Never mind. Okay, then. I'll prepare her by the time you come. And again, she hung up before I could ask what she meant. Prepare her for what? I said out loud, completely forgetting my friends were still in the room with me. Girish, never missing a chance to tease, said thoughtfully. Maybe to assure your fiancé that you don't look as bad as she imagines. That might be why she always runs in the other direction whenever you're home. Very funny, I muttered, shaking my head without looking up from my book. We all continued to study in silence for a while. Later that evening, as we were having dinner, Rakesh looked at me, his expression serious. Why are you so afraid of your mom? The question was blunt, but I knew he didn't mean it unkindly. I put down my fork. It's not fear, I love her, and she's all alone now. I don't want to hurt her feelings by just bluntly refusing. Not that it would matter, with the way she interprets everything I say. I think the only way out of this mess is to talk to the girl directly. I shrugged, hoping it sounded more confident than I felt. Irish frowned. Do you really think she'll go along with your plan? I'm sure of it, I said, trying to convince myself as much as them. She doesn't know me either. I am pretty sure she'll lose whatever little interest she might have once I tell her I am not interested. David pointed out the obvious flaw. But to do that, you need to actually get a hold of her in the first place. True, I admitted with a sigh, remembering all the times I'd been home and she'd seemingly vanished. She really does run to the opposite side of the planet whenever I'm round. I picked up my fork and finished my dinner, a new resolve forming. I had to get a chance to talk to her. This entire situation depended on it.